Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Arya back again. Today we're gonna talk about the top 5 most underrated weapons in World War II zombies. Coming in at number 5, we have the combat shotgun. Everybody's always talking about how great the toggle action shotgun is, so that's why the combat shotgun doesn't get much love and it doesn't get enough attention, and it bothers me because this thing is fun to use. And it's great for that one time that there's just that one bomber zombie that just doesn't want to get out of your way. It has 8 shots in the magazine and 48 in reserve, and when you pack a punch it, you'll get 16 shots in the magazine and 64 in reserve. Once you add extended mag, you'll get 12 shots in the magazine, 72 in reserve, and once you pack a punch it, you get 24 in the magazine and 96 in reserve. So as you can see, you'll have plenty of ammo to get by, and it's also great for killing wustlings, and it comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the rocket launcher. This is no XM53 that we're talking about here. This is an automatic rocket launcher that will destroy anything in its path. The only reason why people don't use this weapon as much, it's because it has splash damage and you need flak jacket in order to protect yourself from it. Also, another minor inconvenience that it has is that it's really heavy, so it's really difficult to train with it. And that's why most people will prefer to use the bacon and eggs pistols. It has 9 shots in a magazine and 45 in reserve. And once you pack a punch it, it'll have 9 shots in a magazine and 54 in reserve. And one last thing I should mention is that it's pretty damn good against the wustlings as well, and it comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, the MP40 submachine gun. This weapon is absolutely one of my favorites. It has a decent fire rate and does a decent amount of damage. It has 32 shots in a magazine and 192 shots in reserve, and once you pack a punch it, you'll get 64 shots in magazine and 384 shots in reserve. Once you add extended mag, you'll get 48 shots in a magazine, 288 shots in reserve, and if you pack a punch that, you'll get 96 shots in a magazine and 576 shots in reserve. Since everybody wants to always use the PPSH, nobody wants to give the MP40 a shot. It's pretty underrated in my opinion, and it comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have the WAF-28 submachine gun. This weapon is mostly known for its insanely high fire rate. It has a very random WALLBUY location in the final REICH, so I guess that's the reason why people don't use it as much, but it's still pretty good. It has 32 shots in a magazine, 192 in reserve, and once you pack punch it, you'll get 50 shots in a magazine and 350 in reserve. With extended mag, you'll get 48 shots in a magazine, 288 shots in reserve, and if you pack punch that, you'll get 75 shots in a magazine and 505 shots in reserve. I feel like this weapon, along with the MP40, don't get enough time to shine since the PPSH is in the map, but I would definitely give it a shot if I were you. It's pretty fun to use, and it comes in at number 2. Coming in at number 1, we have the M1 Garand. This weapon is highly underrated. It wrecks the wustling zombies, it destroys the bomber zombies, and it annihilates the Brenner zombies. It's very powerful, and it has a great headshot multiplier. It has 8 shots in a magazine and 64 in reserve, and once you pack a punch it, you'll get 16 shots in a magazine and 240 in reserve. And you'll notice once you pack a punch it, it'll go from being semi-automatic to a 2-round burst. With extended mag, you'll get 12 shots in a magazine and 96 shots in reserve, and if you pack a punch that, you'll get 24 shots in a magazine and 360 shots in reserve. Everybody's always talking about how great the STG-44 and how great the BAR assault rifle is, and I'm sitting here going, well, what about the M1 Garand? It's every bit as good, if not better. The only difference is that it's not automatic. In my opinion, this weapon is the most underrated weapon in all of World War II zombies, and it comes in at number 1. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Here we go, here we go.